the most valuable piece of data in regards to marketing in your facility. It's simple. It's source codes. It is so important that we ask a client how they heard about us. Miss Kim Walker over at Shop Marketing Pros threatens to kick my hind end at least 2 or 3 times a month because I don't do a very good job of tracking sources on our marketing. In fact, I do so poorly at it that she has got to the point that she wants me to start doing coupon marketing. Sorry, Dutch. No, she really doesn't. This was not her idea. This was my idea. I am so bad at getting source information and clearly tracking it, keeping up with it and monitoring it, that what I've done instead is I have developed a system where when we send out an offer, when we send out a mailing, when we send out a Facebook ad, it actually has its very own payment type in Shopware. What that does for us is it allows us to track and see which ads are working and which ads are not. And that's why source codes are so valuable to your business. And it's because if you aren't tracking where these clients are coming from, if you aren't tracking what aspect of marketing is working, you will never know if it's effective. Now, I'll tell you something else. It's not just as simple as tracking source codes and saying it came from this advertisement. Now we've talked about conversions. We've got to go back and think about, is the marketing converting appropriately? In other words, I have a client who has called me based on an advertisement. Did they choose to come to my facility? Or did it feel bait and switch? So they decided not to come in. Or the marketing sent the wrong message. They didn't understand what it was that we did or what we offered. So this is a great way for you to test your marketing and slowly refine it into something that works. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm terrible at this. Absolutely terrible at this. I cannot keep up with it to save my life. I get distracted and I just don't do it. I've got too many other things going on. And that's why I depend on Shop Marketing Pros to do it for me. I know they can't do the source aspect of it. They do track a little bit of conversions. They listen to some calls and tell us, are our conversions working well? But I don't do a lot of that myself. And it's because if I want it to be effective, I want professionals doing it who actually know what they're doing, who are actually paying attention to it. I don't have the bandwidth to do that. So if you are not tracking your source codes, you need to start today. In Shopware, it's as easy as going to settings and going into sources. And on those sources, you will put, instead of just a very generic list of referral, existing client, something like that, every time you make an advertisement, you will put that in there. And then that way, when that comes in and they say, hey, I saw this, and your call to actions have to be focused in that way, right? Your call to actions need to say, hey, mention this. And so we know exactly what it is. You know, for the family business, we've got a bunch of ads running that say, mention Wayne Underwood when you call, or mention Wayne Underwood when you come in, or use this booking code, Wayne Underwood. And what that does is it helps us track the efficiency and the effectiveness of that marketing effort that we're putting out right now. So I'm just telling you, I know it is tough. I know it's a lot of work, but it is highly effective, and it's how you grow your business. Just what it is. And so if you're slow, if things aren't going like you want them to, you got to start fine-tuning your marketing machine. Hey, listen, if you don't want to do it yourself, call Shop Marketing Pros. They do a great job for us. I've been so happy with them and the work that they put in for us. Y'all have a good one.